Hello everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today in front of us are some amazing little custom Lego builds, the BARC Speeders minifig scale from the designer David Buckles. BARC stands for Biker Advanced Recon Commando, and technically they're a predecessor to that Imperial speeder bike, though most agree they're cooler, and I think they also fly faster and are more maneuverable. At least they look like that in the show. The speeders are each equipped with 4 different light blasters, 2 cannons on the top and 2 anti-personnel cannons under the bottom, with the option of adding a sidecar for an extra gunner. David really did an excellent job bringing the BARC speeder down to minifig scale. There are a lot of weird shapes and interesting details on these small little speeder bikes, and it makes it doubly impressive that the builds are actually pretty robust. Before I jump further into any details on this model, I do want to say that if you wanted to build this speeder or any of the different color variations you see here, you can find the instructions at our web store, www.brickvault.toys. Included with each purchase are the PDF step-by-step building instructions, as well as a digital parts list that can be uploaded online to instantly order all the pieces you'll need. Buying instructions from us is a great way to help support what we do here at the channel, and it also really supports the designers that we work with, like David. He's got a lot of other Clone Wars era builds also up in the web store, and personally I think he's got a great eye for detail and durability. Anyways, that's www.brickvault.toys, and let's jump back into the review. Let's start off with the light bluish gray and dark blue color combo of the speeder, which is basically the 501st coloration. Right off the bat, you'll notice that it's pretty good looking proportionally. The neck is nice and slim, the head isn't too wide, and there's a surprising amount of detail included in the back, while not getting too big. That's a particularly difficult thing to try to pull off, especially while including the intake details for either pod on the side of the hull. I figure I'm going to be talking about this vehicle in terms of its durability and stylistic build choices while just cycling through the different colors of these BARC speeders. So here's the first thing that you're going to see. Don't pick it up by the head. There's a 1 stud connection point. It's actually pretty decently strong there. But yeah, picking it up just by the nose will break the whole thing apart, and that's pretty much it. The only thing that I would say feels even a little bit weak. It's a very, very casual handle. One of the upsides of small Lego build is that it just doesn't have too much weight to it, so you really can just pick this thing up and toss it around, no problems. And frankly, because of that, it's pretty much the most easily swooshable model in the web store. Even when it comes to the little details like the top and bottom guns just simply clipped in there, I haven't actually broken anything off of any of these speeders yet, aside from the nose that you just saw. When it comes to the BARC speeder that has the sidecar, there is a little bit of looseness in the way that front bar attaches. It has a tendency to shift up and down ever so slightly when you pick the model up at first. That front bar in black is actually only connected to the side of the BARC speeder. It's not connected to the sidecar itself, and so the only connection between these two pieces is in the back. Now, when talking about the sidecar, let me just jump in real quick here and show you guys the car turned around the other direction. It doesn't actually twist because that mechanical function, being able to twist back around the other way, doesn't really work. But David managed to make the twisting from forward to back function pretty easy. Basically, you just unclip the sidecar and you twist around a couple of the little detail pieces at the bottom, and you've changed the car from back to front again. Overall, the weight distribution isn't too bad. When you look at this thing from the back, you can see that it pulls ever so slightly down on one of those intakes because there's that added extra weight there. And you can see I've been fidgeting around a little bit with the model because that black bar likes to shift upwards every now and then. The connection here between the two is pretty easy, so you can very quickly modify or change the speeder car onto a different color BARC speeder if you like. And also, this is the minifigure holding on to the controls. Sometimes I have them holding them, sometimes I don't. I can't tell which actually I like better in terms of the overall look. I'm essentially just retreading kind of the same ground, showing you guys the same shots and the same angles of these speeders. There are a lot of fun, interesting, subtle connections made on the inside of these little speeders that make up the nose. I think most people like that look for the ski pieces that make up the panels on the sides, and those top light cannons are built by adding that spear piece, a telescope, and a lipstick. Real quick, the dimensions of this speeder come out to 6 inches long, roughly 15 centimeters, almost 2 inches high, 4 centimeters, 2.5 inches wide, 6 centimeters, and with the sidecar, the width comes out to 4 inches or 10 centimeters. You briefly saw this shot earlier in the video, but these are some of the other Clone Wars minifig scale Lego custom builds that are also up in the web store flashing by the screen. They all fit within the same universe, and that is all I've got to say about the ARF speeder. I mean the Woof speeder. I mean the BARC speeder. You know what I mean. This is a fun video to make. These are really fun and easy models to handle, and David did an excellent job including lots of details without really making many structural sacrifices. Remember, if you did want to build any of these speeders, you can get the instructions at our web store, www.brickvault.toys. Like always, let me know what types of custom builds you'd like to see us do in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.